Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One More for the Road, a podcast of reviews, retrospectives, and anything else that we decide to talk about. I'm super excited for today. We're going to talk about The Legend of Heroes, Trails to Azure, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Felix Wind. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty freaking good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, I'm Eric. I always forget to introduce myself. I'm one of these days I'll remember. Dude, I'm having a good day. We're recording this on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
Because it's not like I'm going to do anything. And what I'm going to do is edit this podcast at lightning speed. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, we'll make this easy for you.
All right. So what we can do then is go directly into the top three. Are you ready for our top three? Because I've got a spicy one. Oh,
I'm ready.
Top three hottest anime villains.
Oh, I thought I was ready. Okay, all right.
We're not ready.
You know what?
We're not ready.
You know what? Off the top of my head, I got this. This right now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
All right. So the first one, I'm going to hit you with my list first. First one I'm going to pick, Sesshomaru. Boom. All right.
Good pick.
Oh, I loved Inuyasha so much growing up, but Sesshomaru, I don't know what it was. I remember being absolutely obsessed with everything about him as a young teen. Just watching Inuyasha and being woken up to it at 4 a.m.
Wow.
Absolutely. Look at his flowy scarf. He's so cool. Wow. What a Sesshomaru for sure. I've got to toss like Aizen in there. Okay, that man became. Well, he always was kind of like, oh, okay, like he's attractive if you're into nerds. And then he takes off the glasses and slicks back the hair. And it's like, whoa, he became a Chad. Like, he's him. He's him.
I think Glasses Aizen has this like supportive dad energy.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can see finding that extremely attractive, yes.
Yeah. And the last one, I would probably toss in Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist, actually.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's
what you're putting down there. I'm gonna go with Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Whoa! Okay.
Yami Bakura, dude, he has a vibe.
No,
I was talking to a friend, Zig, one of the other people who've been on the podcast before. I was talking to her earlier today, and we were talking about, hot anime villains, which is why we're doing our top three. And she had brought up Merrick Ishtar by having the audacity of retweeting him onto my timeline on Twitter. And I'm like, he's not even the hottest villain in his own arc.
Whoa.
Like, that's I still don't remember the dude's name. The minion dude who was pretending to be Merrick.
Oh, yes.
Bald dude's jacked.
Yeah. He. Oh my God, he is.
Yeah, that dude was sick. I loved that guy. But I'm gonna go with Yami Bakura because like he has that super dope coat.
True.
He had premium villain laughter.
Yeah,
and
he did.
Was just all over that dang series. He was a good guy. He was a great guy. Well, he was a bad guy, but like hot bad guy. See, Lust was gonna be one of mine.
Ooh, okay.
But now I kind of really want to switch over, and I'm struggling.
Hey, I got you.
I'm struggling now. I would probably say Lelouch Lamperouge.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
I'm a sucker for clamp designs in general, and a lot of Lelouch's like theatrics. And like how he positioned and held himself as a person informed quite a bit of how I wanted to be as a young Eric.
Yeah,
like I want to be a theatrical megalomaniac.
Oh, I love that.
Of course. Damn, your list was so good, and now I feel like my list is struggling because I'm like, oh no.
No, never that.
Quick, give me some time to think. Give me your, I guess, least hot anime villain or worst, least favorite hot anime villain?
Least favorite hot anime villain.
Gotta do the bottom one.
Oh, man. I was about to say, that's tough because all of the freaking villains, just about anyway, unless they're like a big blob, are generally made to be pretty attractive.
Oh no! But is there one like you hate? It's like, damn it, you're so sexy. I hate you.
To be honest, I'm trying to avoid Bleach because I know I'm like consuming that right now.
Dude, I know we're both in the Bleach brain route right now.
Yeah,
man, I wonder why.
Yeah, jeez. Oh, jeez, couldn't imagine at all.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, if I revisit like Inuyasha again, I definitely had some vibes about Naraku. I was just like, dang,
that's
like
fair.
Yeah, like he's just pretty for no reason and literally the worst.
Yeah.
Can't stand him.
Actually, okay, I have to revisit Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, okay.
I have to revisit Yu-Gi-Oh, but Kaiba.
Oh, yeah.
Kaiba's got the vibe.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. See, I feel like I could do video games so much easier. This is so much harder. Yeah. I had like all day to think about this. I thought I was ready. I thought I was.
It is I who has challenged you, Eric.
Clearly. I can't even give a bottom one. Actually, yes, I can.
Yeah, that's tough.
Wrath, Full Metal.
Ooh.
I freaking hate Wrath.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not gonna lie, you caught me off guard with like going in the route of like least attractive like anime villain to me. Because I was expecting you to go like protagonist, like, oh, okay, give me your hottest protagonist then.
Well, what would your number one hot protag be?
I would say Giyu Tomioka from Demon Slayer.
Ooh,
love me some Giyu. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to show my age.
Ooh.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
My Hime.
Ooh, okay. I mean, if we're doing like one of those kind of polls, I might have one for you. Okay. Lena Inverse from Slayers, if you've watched that. Yo. I'm right there with you. Don't worry.
All right. Wait, have you ever seen My Hime?
I have, yes.
Okay, good. I'm like, I don't know how obscure references we're gonna make. Can I talk to you for a second about a fun story? I don't know if I've said this story to you before. I might have. So, back in the day, kids, you had to get anime through DVDs.
Oh.
All right, and you would spend $20 to $30 on a DVD that would have like 3 to 5 episodes on it.
Yep.
And I bought the My Hime discs in a set online, and the entire 26 episode anime came on 7 discs, and they got shipped to me except for volume 3.
What?
All right. So I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, hey, it just didn't get packed correctly. It's on its way. It'll be like a couple weeks or whatever. Because this is like, late 90s, early aughts. I don't remember exactly when that series came out, but it was around then. And it's like, okay, whatever. I can watch the first 2 discs. Do you remember that show at all, or at least the vague beat to beat moments?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember Akane?
Yeah.
So the episode where Akane's like boyfriend gets offed because she lost the fight. Like, her beast dies, and then it's like, oh, the person you love most, like that, like episode ends. And that's where disc 2 stops.
Oh my God.
I was stuck there for a month.
Oh my. Yeah, that's rude.
You
That's
see how
incredibly
I have
rude.
this like iron will now when it comes to cliffhangers like that.
Yeah.
Like
wow.
my childhood was built on moments like that. It's just nuts.
That is unreal.
Dude, it's just rude what anime used to do to me as a child. It was awful. I hated it. Dude, I love Maihime though. Maihime and Maitome are like two of my favorite anime, just like of all time. I have like the collector's edition boxes.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Like those two and probably Scrapped Princess.
Oh, now that's one I've not heard of.
You see, no one's ever heard of Scrap Princess. It's legitimately really insanely good. We can, but we can talk about that later. We'll have to do a watch party.
Absolutely.
But like I want to get us to Trails to Azure. We are both halfway through the game right now, I think, ish.
Yeah, approximately.
We just finished the intermission, and we're like, I'm on day 1 of chapter 3. I don't know if you've actually moved ahead.
I am also on day 1. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. I think the difference, I've done all the side content for chapter 3, day 1. I literally just have to beat up some cryptids. But before we get into what's going on, we need to talk about the stuff like the characters and how they've changed over the course.
Yeah. Some have definitely changed a bit more than others. Understandably so, considering, of course, the developments in the story, which we'll most definitely get into. So don't be surprised if we don't talk about somebody a lot.
Yeah. By the way, this will have spoilers for Trails to Azure up through the intermission, as well as spoilers for Zero and the Sky trilogy, and Cold Steel 1.
Yeah.
And the 1999 movie, The Matrix.
Good reference.
Just put a pin in that. Wait, that did come out in 99, right?
I do believe so.
That sounds accurate. Anyway, let's talk about Lloyd bannings.
Yeah. Lloyd, like day by day, I think has been coming to, well, not to terms with, but he's definitely more comfortable in taking his position as the leader. I think there might be 1 or 2 times where he actually like says, "Oh yes, I am the leader of this team."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, Lloyd. Like, here we go.
Oh, I'm real happy about that. And it's such a refreshing change of pace from Reen.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, and I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about Reen, being like, "Oh, why am I the leader?" It's like, because you do all the leader stuff. But like, I just really like Lloyd a lot. Like, he's such a good dude. He's such a good character. He's also becoming mildly more socially aware of his surroundings.
I would say so. Yeah. And he's even embracing his little like I guess like degenerate side a little bit. He's a bit of a perv.
Dude, right? He's finally hit puberty. I'm so proud. No, he's like, Lloyd's just kind of like being aware. It's like, oh god, I'm surrounded by attractive women all the time. It took a whole beach episode to do it, but he did it. Other than that though, he's remained fairly consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's the rock that the rest of the SSS kind of rotates around.
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of good consistent characters, Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie. Geez, there might not actually be too much to say about her this time. Like, I haven't gotten to see all that much of her, I feel, in order to really be like, oh, okay, like your mold is shifting a little bit.
I think it's less that, like, I don't think she's changing. I think she's falling more into her role as being the like diplomatic arm of the SSS. Like, she knows the politics and how to navigate them, and she knows how to be diplomatic with people, and she's definitely kind of getting she's asserting herself in those roles more and establishing that's like, hey, this is what I do.
And
she it's really nice because she's clearly like hyper competent And like that's something that I noticed with a lot of the characters. Like our team, like the core team especially, where all of the characters are very competent characters. Like they're very good at their jobs, and they are not afraid to let people know that they're like, yeah, I am the best at this.
Yes.
And Ellie is like very much showing off like how her background has helped her move and navigate through what Crossbell is going through right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really well put, actually.
I've had some time to think about it. I
love that.
I looked at your notes the other day, and I sat down. I'm like, all right, let me think about this for a few seconds.
Yeah, I love that. Wow.
What about Tio?
In a word, I would say that like Tio to me has become like more confident. Not that she ever really struck me as somebody who maybe lacked it or anything like that, but I definitely feel like in many of our interactions now, she's a lot more assertive, and somehow she's like added an extra layer to just like how well she's able to like calculate various things, to be honest, usually the mannerisms of those around them. But yeah, like I'm really loving it. Like before, actually, I guess another way I could put this is Tio in Zero was often treated, because she's the youngest, of course, like as somebody that everybody else on the team maybe needed to protect, and then she kind of like worked her way up throughout the story to be looked at and full on treated as an equal. By the end of the game, of course, like she most definitely is. Mm-hmm. And then there's more of that here in Azure. Like she came back and there was except for one time, I think, where Lloyd was like, hey, you just came back from your trip. Do you want to rest today or anything like that? It was just like back to work, and it's like she never left. Right. And nobody's like, nobody's shortchanging her at all. I don't think like at any point in Crossbell that I've seen so far. And she is here. And she makes her statements. She does what she needs to do. And it's just, wow, okay, nobody's going to question that, like, the 14-year-old or 15, I think she is in this game, is capable of doing so much. Like, she is SSS, and she's here to kick ass.
I think Tio definitely, like, her turning point was obviously, like, the climax of Zero, where she kind of, bears her soul to the rest of the team. It's like, hey, this is who I am. This is what happened to me. Mm-hmm. And I think like since she was away for a bit, like the team was like, all right, once she's back, it's like, this is Tio. She's finally, or we have someone who knows how to computer. Thank God. And like they realized how much they did kind of rely on her.
Yes. For
certain things, because a lot of the times, especially before she shows up, it's like, oh man, there's it's like, oh God, if only Tio was here. If only Tio's here. If Tio was here, we could do this. And, and so when she finally is back and she has her, big damn hero moment in the pom-pom party.
Oh yeah.
Scene. And I'm like, she shows up, and she shows up with Yin in tow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's like, wait, how did you get down here by yourself? It's like, oh, I brought some backup.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this is tier 1. And
oh yeah.
It's an amazing moment. And then like Lloyd's like, hey, you want to take like a day off? Like you got jet lag or something? She's like, nah, fam, I drank like 18 coffees.
Right.
I freaking love I love Tio so far in this game. I missed her sarcasm. I didn't realize how much I missed the sarcasm, because the rest of the team's okay at it. Like Ellie's got some, but like Tio's peak sass.
Yep. I love it. I love it so much. Welcome back, Tio.
Yep. Randy.
Yeah. What do you think about Randy's changes? Oh my God.
Dude, Randy's got the most like baggage right now.
Yeah.
Like, cause the story's definitely focusing on like his family and their interpersonal relationships. I kind of saw him in the last game as kind of like a lovable goof.
Yep. Right.
And in this game, I still feel kind of the same way.
Definitely.
But like, I'm definitely seeing kind of the mask is cracking.
Yeah.
Like, you're seeing why he presents himself that way and like how he needs that presentation to kind of escape what he's doing. And I'm really interested where it's going to go.
Yeah, right. Agreed. And it also hurts. Like, dude, it hurts so much seeing him go through this.
The thing that's crazy is there's one scene in particular that like kind of hit me a lot harder after I thought about it. Like it was like after I went through the finale of chapter 2, and I'm like, I'm just sitting down like afterwards, just kind of doing stuff. I'm like, oh, because he's like, oh, I thought I changed more, but I still see it's, you know, after he sees the red constellation mow everyone down, and he's like, I thought I changed more, but that scene still didn't bother me at all. I thought it would. I thought I was different now.
Right.
And man,
just wild. Just absolutely wild. Oh,
it's just nuts, dude. It's just nuts. What about you, man? What are you thinking about Randy? Or did
I like you once again, you've summed it up very well, but I just feel for him. It's been really interesting seeing how he takes this this consistent pressure. Like every day now he's living and he's like, wow, like I never know when my uncle or my cousin or anybody else from the Red Constellation is going to come up and just ruin my day. And I have to live with the fact that I know that they're here and they seem to be staying. And oh my gosh, and the fact that they want him as the leader for the Red Constellation now too. And it's like, whoa, you're out here getting bullied like this, and and they still want you to lead them. Like it's. I mean, it's probably obvious what his answer is probably going to be to that, right? And how he'll eventually come around and overcome that obstacle, but or that barrier, excuse me. But yeah, like seeing this process with him right now, we're on that roller coaster with him, basically. It's ups and downs just all over with Randy, and I'm excited to see what's next.
Absolutely, like. There's actually a lot more to that, but I think I'll talk about that more once we get into like talking about the actual mechanics or the actual events that have taken place. Kia's got stuff going on right now.
Oh my god, our little girl.
Kia has like between games. There's like a marked difference in the way she talks.
Yes.
And there's a marked difference in the way she talks in the intermission compared to chapter 1.
Yes.
And that's really starting to get concerning. Like, she's a lot more perceptive. She's a lot, like, she wasn't unperceptive to begin with, but like she is picking up a lot more things, and she's had a lot of things that she's been like keeping to herself, which I don't think she would have previously.
Right, exactly. Yes.
What are you thinking?
She God, like I'm worried. Like I mean, she in a short, I think she's kind of been, I guess, gradually becoming an adult. And I know, like, I think they passed her off as like approximately 9 years old at this moment in time. And like, I guess in just like 7-ish years, she'll probably be considered an adult by the society. And like, she's already starting to kind of like learn what it means to process more mature feelings, it looks like at various points. And
I'm going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're referring to is like the scene with her and Lloyd.
Yes.
Where it's like, where she's like, well, I'm going to be able to marry you, basically, haha. But like, I think that's just like a normal kid crush.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Like, oh, I'm going to marry my dad because he's the best guy. Like,
like I would look into that too. Like, I can see that. I absolutely see your point.
And I see where you're coming from, because Kia's definitely like punching above her weight, like on an intellectual level. But I think she's still emotionally very much a child. Like,
I could see that too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like, she's definitely developmentally that way, and I just think like her, Wi-Fi that she's got going on is becoming a bit of a problem, and I have a conspiracy theory about that. Do not let me forget to talk about the conspiracy theory.
Okay, got it.
But like put a note further down, because I want to talk about that.
We most definitely will.
But like, I think Kia is rapidly advancing, and it's faster than she should and faster than she can handle, and that's very concerning for me right now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You've got a bombshell though next to the notes.
Yo, yeah. So while running around just handling business, and this is one of the requests, I believe, when you go to, is it Tangram Gate?
It is
in the east. Yeah. Yep. To do some combat drills. Freaking Donovan over there, I believe his name is, just casually drops the fact that our good chief, not Dudley, Sergey was married to Commander Bales of Belgard Gate, and it was like, wait, what? And then immediately afterwards goes, oh yeah, but they divorced like a long time ago, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, what? You can't
we watched an entire marriage crumble in like 2 sentences. It started and crumbled, and like it's insane, absolutely bonkers. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's like the secret never leaves this room. It's like, I'm telling everybody. You kidding me?
He arguably he had the the best woman across Crossbell, and somehow it crumbled. I can't believe it.
I can see how that fell apart though. Like, both of those people are married to their jobs before they'd be married to anyone else.
That is unfortunately true. But also, he might be more of a bag fumbler than Lloyd.
That's a fair point. No way. Dude, actual factual bag fumbler, Sergey, whatever his last name is.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. And then there's Wazzy. I mean, shoot, he's also been pretty consistent, though. Lately, I guess we're getting to see more of his sort of like, we don't really have the insides yet, but we are seeing him sort of take time to be a little more introspective.
And we're seeing him peel back a few layers as well.
Yeah.
And like at the beginning of the game, he's joined up with us, and he's kind of abandoned the whole downtown district, rivalry thing. And I think we mentioned this in our first impressions video, where he's letting them grow out of petty rivalries, and it's like, hey, we grew out of this phase, it's time to move on. And Wazzy or Walled Whales, and the it's not the tunnel snakes, it's the sword vipers.
Saber vipers though. Yes.
But their group has taken this extremely poorly, but the Testaments have all grown. They're running a business. They're just having a grand old time.
Right.
And it's really interesting to see that develop. And Wazzy's got something going on. We always kind of knew something was going on, but I feel like it's a bigger something.
100%. There was I forget who it was at this point, but there is somebody who does recognize him. Besides a character we'll kind of talk about later. And he seems to respond to it you probably know everything about me then. And I can't remember who it was. I'm mad.
Oh God,
it's somebody
yeah.
besides Osborne. Like I know Osborne makes a comment. It's somebody besides him.
I think it was. Kilika. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
It was one of the. It was one of those people. Like it was Kilika or Lecter.
Yeah, honestly, wouldn't be surprised if it was Lecter.
I think it was. No. It literally was Osborne.
Oh, okay, just him. Okay.
Yeah, it was literally the conversation in Osborne's like room.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, you could tell he's like trying to. He's like, all right, let's not have this conversation right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, scary.
But the other and the last, but certainly not the least, addition to the SSS.
Noelle.
Noelle went from me being like, oh, she's cute and fun to literally my favorite character.
Yeah, like in some ways she's still like growing on me, but like that's mostly in like a game mechanic sense, which is also crazy considering like arguably she's extremely useful.
Oh my God. She's the hardest hitting character on my team by a
that's amazing.
Good margin.
That's amazing, actually. I gotta give her that TLC.
Dude, she's nuts.
Yeah, but like as a character, I mean, you know, we see a bit more of her I guess her like feminine side as well as her passion, of course, from I guess anything mechanic, particularly cars. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving that so far. I'm just like, oh my God, like you are already adorable. You are so much cuter than I expected you to be.
I just love how excited. I just love how excited she gets. Just all the time.
Yeah.
I finished her decorations collection and her and Lloyd talk about bikes.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's like Lloyd was like, oh yeah, like they do bicycles and stuff over in Calvert, and she's like, oh yeah, I got to ride around, blah blah blah, and he's like, oh, we should go get bikes and go on a bike ride together, and then she just jumped on it. I'm like, Lloyd, stop asking out every woman you see.
True, yeah, he's Lloyd.
Lloyd Bannings.
That is cool. Wow.
Oh no! I'm so glad. I've got all but I think 2 collections finished.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
For decorations, and I might have Kia's collection finished, but I'm not allowed to turn it in right now. Apparently,
I noticed that too. Yeah, because I got something for her recently, and I just couldn't turn it in. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see you later.
Her and Tio. Tio's the one I'm missing decorations for.
Nice,
but
nice.
I'm pretty sure I got everyone else done, unless Sergey has decorations randomly.
Oh my gosh!
But like, we don't have any of his. And I would know.
Right.
I've collected all of them. I've done so much poker.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might go crazy and just like sell a bunch of Sepith and then go and buy the tokens to get the gifts.
Honestly,
or the decorations.
That's smart. I mean, it's like 20 grand, but like it's probably worth it.
Yeah. Oh goodness. But yo, the trade conference, chapter 2. Speaking of Osborne and just
chapter 2 was insane.
Beefy.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It well, I mean, you know, we both spent an eternity in an elevator, so that was a good bulk of chapter 2. But even a little before we get into the nitty-gritty of the trade conference, of course, the SSS has business to take care of, and I most definitely fumbled the bag on maybe 1 or 2 of them. Just because I didn't meet like hidden requirements and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's less you were not meeting requirements. You just didn't knock on all the doors.
That's also fair.
You're not like obsessively like combing every corner of the map.
Yeah, I'm just like tumbling through. I'm like, give me what I want from this game immediately.
Yeah. So there's at the beginning of chapter 2, there's a hidden quest involving Hiewei, and if you just go over there and knock on their door, they'll let you in.
Unreal.
And they're like, oh hey, what's up? Actually, we need you right now. Come on upstairs. And then you like go give this little child like a tour. of Crossbell, and it's kind of adorable. He drags Ellie around, and because I mean, he basically, the child falls in love with Ellie immediately, and I can't blame him.
Yeah, honestly, I might be that kid.
And yeah, like it was just nuts. It's just a good time.
That is awesome.
Rescued yet another cat.
Yep. Oh my goodness. And
this time Shirley really likes cat.
When she came up, I said, what's about to happen? Like, but she ended up being like the key to
she was
getting all that done. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And one thing that was interesting about that too was her interaction with Risha, which of course sets up who knows what very soon.
Well, I think they bump into each other again. Like,
I believe so.
Close to the end of the chapter.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Yes, they do. They run into each other in the basement.
Yes, as Yin. Yes.
Yeah, as Yin. And I'm actually really interested because Shirley seemed to be like letting on that she's like, oh, I know who you are.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember pausing there and I looked dead at my webcam at chat and I said, she knows. She knows.
I don't know how I was reacting at the time, man. I was just like, I was still kind of like shell shocked at like all the things that occurred at the end of the chapter. We'll get to it.
Yes.
And you've got a note about all the hidden quests. There are a lot of hidden quests.
Yeah, I feel like more than I like. I think that there have been in at least like the previous games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like because basically the way it works in the way Cold Steel worked is every chapter had one in the evening while you were at school, and then like every other chapter had a hidden quest in the field study.
Right. Yes.
And this time, and so like, you know, it's like 1 to 2. This one, I feel like we're getting basically like every in-game day.
Yeah, there's something.
There's a hidden quest somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Crossbell has so much in it. Like there's so much space that they could do that.
Right. Yeah, you know? 100%. 100%. It's crazy. I love it. I'm just sad I'm missing so many of them.
Oh, dude. Oh, you missed such a cool quest, I feel.
Oh, probably.
Dude, it was actually wild. Oh, actually, I don't know. Oh, it might be a required quest.
Oh, which
it
one?
Might be a required quest. Hold on, we'll get to it because it's
okay.
I think it's chapter 3.
Oh, okay,
actually,
got it.
I do want to talk about it because it's absolutely wild.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
The train.
No. Oh. Okay, that one is required. I have not done it yet. I don't think.
Oh my God, I'm gonna say nothing then. I'm not gonna say anything about it, dude.
Okay.
I need you to do that like literally the next time you stream.
Okay, say no more.
All right.
See me on Tuesday.
It's legitimately the most important thing to me that you see this quest.
Oh goodness. Okay, I'm excited.
Oh, dude, it's the best quest so far in the game.
Oh my gosh.
Mile.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited and also for some reason a little nervous, but I think that's just general anxiety over this game, to be honest.
Oh no, it's the best time ever.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so like the chapter 2 is building up to the trade conference, and then everyone arrives.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it's the best time of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's Towa time.
It's Towa time. Oh my God.
I'm so glad. When she came out of the train?
Yes.
We got to talk to her in the tower, and she had a profile picture.
Yeah. To the artist, unfortunately, I do not know your name, but you do an amazing job. I understand that you probably don't even know much English, but if for whatever reason you're listening to this, thank you.
Thank you very much. We didn't deserve to be blessed by the wonderful Towa profile pictures.
Honestly. But, and I'm aware too that she and like a couple of other characters were like added into this version of the game because they weren't present in the original. I thought that was also pretty cool. Little little fluff of the narrative lore because of course Cold Steel came later, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I think that's okay. So hold on. I want to have a brief aside about versions of this video game.
Yeah.
Because there's like 4 or 5 Trails to Azures.
Yes.
So you have the original release, right?
Yep.
You have the Evolution version.
Yes.
Which is basically the game with a bunch of additional stuff. Then there's the Kai version, which is where Towa and them were introduced.
Right.
Then there's the Geofront version. The Geofront version, which was the, version that they patched together for the fan translation before they started working with NiSA Video Game Company.
Right.
Has I think it has elements of a bunch of stuff. And then you have the NiSA version, which takes elements from all over the place.
Yeah. The biggest
I assume it's the Kai version, but using the original soundtrack.
I think that's a fair assumption.
It's and I'm sure people get in the comments below just yell at me while I'm wrong. Like, I don't like
it's your time.
It's just wild to me that I could say, oh yeah, I'm playing Trails to Azure, and there's minor differences, but there's enough.
Yeah. I forget which version it is, but there are certain events that have additional CG art in them apparently. And what? I'm just like, what? Yeah. I got to show you that later because we'll get to, I guess, this particular section later. But in the intermission, there's apparently some additional CG art that I believe, unless I'm wrong, was included in one of the versions of the game. Now, I believe it was one of the fan controlled ones. So it was maybe either the Geofront or and
there's another fan version that's not Geofront, but I don't know who they are.
Right. Yeah. So shoot, it might even be that version. And they add CG to certain scenes.
What? That's so cool.
And I loved it. I was like, what?
Why don't we have that?
That's what I'm saying.
NiSA Video Game Company. Why do you betray us? Look at what we've done for you.
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing that would I as far as I know is meaningfully missing. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm excited to hear about it.
Oh, I gotta show you later for sure. I'll make a quick note.
Awesome. So obviously we have Towa Time. Kilika and Lecter are hanging out. Lecter gets to talk to Chloe, and Chloe's getting a little closure on her arc with him.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Kilika, who's that person that she's talking to? Is it Mueller?
No. Actually, she might interact with him briefly, but
there's a scene where we're walking up to her and it's oh, we shouldn't eavesdrop.
Oh, Arios,
yes, Arios. And then because they're talking about his wife.
Yes. They were reminiscing on that, and they talked a little bit about her time, in the Bracer Guild and stuff too. Those conversations had me whoa.
Dude, there's so much spicy lore.
For real.
And Arios is just out there acting like an actual mad lad.
Yeah.
Dude is just and then we get a lot of stuff with Julia and Mueller and Olivier. They're all hanging out. It's very really cool. Nice. I love how you have Calvard Leader Guy because you can't remember Mr. Rocksmith.
Wow. Yeah, that is his name.
Yeah. The only reason I remember is because there's a chest message later in the tower dungeon area where it's Locksmith as the joke.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Yep.
And that's the only reason I remember his name.
Amazing. Actually amazing.
And Prince Albert von Bartholomeus of Rephameria. Mr. Lat does not have a profile picture in this game.
Yeah, which shocked me, actually. I was like, okay. That's one prominent figure I guess we really don't have to worry about this game.
The thing that's actually really wild about him, too. Is he is easily the one we interact with the most.
Right, actually. Yeah.
He has his own side quests. He has 2. He's in 2 side quests.
Yeah.
He's in a hidden one and a normal one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what happened there.
I don't know, man. I love the fact that he's also, like, I guess a medical expert.
Oh, yeah, right.
Which makes sense because that's where he's from. But, like, it's just such a weird niche thing for him to be, like, on top of.
Yeah, and on that note, actually, you reminded me that, was it in this chapter that we interacted with that doctor from Remiferia? I believe that's where she's from.
We had a side quest for her to get the mushroom.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yep. She's interesting. She's more of a robot than I expected, but of course. You know. Also, no profile picture, so I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to have any red flags about you.
Yeah. We're wise. We've copped wise to your ways.
Yes,
Falcom. No more Professor Albas are gonna jump scare us.
True. Oh gosh, that's actually gonna get very hard to detect, I think, in Cold Steel, given their way of putting in like profile pictures for people. Oh goodness.
Oh, that's gonna be so, dude. Cold Steel is going to be jumping back to that's going to be so weird.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm really sad that Niall and Dorothy aren't there.
Yeah,
but apparently they won their Pulitzer.
Yeah, which is incredibly nice, and that's exactly why they should have been there at the dang conference. But it's all right.
It's like they're busy doing whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, Dorothy is 100% like, you know, a security risk. Let's be honest.
That is true. Yeah.
But yeah, like this whole setup and Orchis Tower itself, like when we first get to go in there, it almost looks okay. So like there's a couple areas in this video game that look like they're from a different video game.
Yes.
Yeah. And like the basement of the IBC and Orchis Tower, like both give me this like, why did I just step into like Xenogears?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna say similar.
Even.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm like, what happened here?
Oh,
and it's so weird because like it's all glass and chrome, and I'm like, this is sufficiently advanced.
Agreed. It's it is otherworldly, and that's in some ways to me a little bit scary, given what we're kind of feeling out about the entirety, I guess, of Orchis Tower. Yeah, because of good old Kia's reaction to the reveal of it. I'm
interested to see where that pans out, because like there's something in the intermission that I feel like she should have reacted to slightly differently,
right?
But she didn't even acknowledge, where she's like, oh, I feel like the tower's design is familiar, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then and then in the intermission, I don't know, did you take Kia to anything?
I took her to the House of Mirrors.
Okay, I did the exact same thing, and she's like, oh, what's that? And it's like, oh, that's the thing from, you know, the logo from the last game that you were in.
Right.
She's like, huh, weird, and then just ignores it. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like the second I saw it, I'm like, okay, I'm really glad I took Kia in here. Why aren't you reacting?
Yep. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? I'll save that for later.
Yeah, well, I know we both really want to talk about the intermission.
Oh God,
but we got to get through the freaking trade conference.
Yeah, that is true.
I was a big fan of the way it's set up.
Agreed.
As well in game, like it starts off, it's having a grand old time. Like it actually seems to be going smoothly until, you know, Osborne and Rocksmith start putting the screws to Crossbell.
Yeah, literally that.
And then the literal worst planned terrorist attack of all time takes place. Oh my God. Hold on. I have to. Okay. I don't know how you reacted because I have not been able to watch your VOD, but they shot at the window and I'm like, okay, it's going to break. Okay, it's going to break. And it never broke. Nothing. The window never broke.
Yeah. Nope.
I'm like, and then they're just like, we're the Imperial Liberation Front. Why? And I'm like, you guys didn't break the window. Were you gonna come in? And then they land. They're like, oh, we should land, I guess. And they land on the helipad. And there's 10 guys. Total. They literally stormed this conference with a total of 20 people and a couple archaisms. Granted, they only had 2 airships.
Yeah.
But they come down to that floor and they're met with Arios McLean, Julia Schwartz, Mueller Vander.
Yeah.
And freaking Dudley. And I'm like, you brought 6 dudes into this hallway.
What did you expect?
Barely outnumber them. What did you expect when you walked into this room?
Right.
Oh, it's just going to be some nameless guards. And then it's what?
Yeah, that is true.
I just, everything about the terrorist attack feels so scattershot and so poorly executed.
That is true, though. And do you think I'm safe in assuming that Gideon didn't control both, I guess, parties? Because obviously one side came from Calvert for Rocksmith, right?
Oh, Gideon definitely was not in charge of any of the Calvert terrorists. He didn't. They probably were just oh, we're doing this at this time. Do this.
So at no point did it ever occur to them to just switch up the plan. And I even remember I think at one point the whole group from the conference, don't they come out into the hallway afterwards too, kind of after the dust settles? Or am I wrong? I'm trying to remember if they change place or change rooms, basically.
I feel like they stay hunkered down in that in that room.
Yeah, okay. Even that was wild to me. I was like, what if they just shoot at the window again? Or ram into it?
I guess. I just fully expected more backup to show up at some point. And I'm like, where's your backup? You literally walked into this building, which has arguably some of the strongest people on the whole continent in it.
Yeah.
What it's wild. It's absolutely wild. So but anyway, Gideon's there.
Yeah.
He's got a profile picture and everything. He finally made it. He made it to the better game, and he's been beat up by high schoolers, and he's got to prove himself. And then he dies.
He just gets shot
by a nameless NPC.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
dude went out on the worst note. I feel bad for him a little bit.
Yeah. His whole existence just. Wow.
Gideon was just never. He did not hold a single dub his whole life.
No, he did not.
He tried really hard. He because he summoned the bone dragon. Never forget the bone dragon. But
True.
He summoned the bone dragon, and then they broke his thing, and he's just been tired. He's just high schoolers, man.
Yeah, high schoolers and some Jaegers.
Dude, I kind of wish that he was the one that got held up by Shirley, so it's still teenagers all the time, just foiling his plans. But he didn't even get that.
That's true.
That's so wild. It's actually just insane.
Yeah, with that happening, I almost wish I could say we'll remember Gideon, but I don't think we will. And if we ever revisit Gideon, it's not going to be for much. That's it.
No, never. I Gideon.
We'll see you later.
Yeah. Sorry. Bye, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the thing that's really crazy is like, so like that happens, and then everyone in the conference room is just like, well, all right, back to business, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they just delayed it by like an hour. It's like, good job. That cost you, 12 lives and a whole lot of equipment.
Yeah, and like also, I guess in a sense, like kind of low key ruthless planning by both Osborne and Rocksmith on that. I think that's how that ended up panning out. It was like, oh yeah, we know this was gonna happen, so we created our own fail safes, and that's why Crossbell sucks.
The question that I don't know if the game's answered it, and I'm just stupid, or if we're not sure, but like I feel like someone's pulling their strings. Like obviously they had some connection to Ouroboros, the terrorists,
right?
I feel there was like some connection because they had access to the archaisms, but I don't know if Ouroboros like orchestrated the attack specifically, or they're just adding a little help just to make it a little spicier.
Right, that makes sense. I would make a guess on it being the latter, but it definitely could be what you're thinking.
The reason I think that it's more just they added a little help for the zest is because Campanella's the main one doing the help, and Campanella doesn't feel. Campanella doesn't give me Grandmaster Plan vibes.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Unless he's acting out the Grandmaster's master plan.
Right.
And I don't think this has anything to do with that.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm frequently wrong, but that's my take on it right now.
No, I would be willing to bet that you are correct on that assumption.
Oh, hold on. While I'm thinking about Campanella, I do want to say, we talked about how Tio came back and went through the sewers and all that good stuff, and we ended up having to play Pom Pom Party in a burning Jonah's old base.
With pizza boxes.
Also the music, like the fact that the music was like slowed down and sped up, that was super creepy.
It was. Oh my god.
No, I wanted to say, because I was about to forget, is there's a fishing spot down there. And it's a good fishing spot for queen crab. However, you have to go through the whole dungeon to get back to it. The shortcut's not opened up.
That's right.
The shortcut stays locked.
That
if you
is
go back
wild.
down there. And I'm like, no. I don't want to go down there again. So I didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, like they go back to the conference after the terrorist attack. We had to beat up a car.
Oh yeah, true.
That fight was really interesting.
It was like at first I was kind of like, oh, I'm in danger, because I remember like swinging at the thing and then it was just like, oh yeah, no, I tank this, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, you are a tank, so I guess that makes sense. And then it proceeded to just self-harm itself for the rest of the fight for me.
It was doing like there's basically apparently some sort of HP threshold where it'll start self-destructing periodically.
Yeah, okay.
And because I did a ton of damage to it early, because I'm like, all right, I got to clear all these ads.
Yeah. And
so I, just made sure it was caught in the splash damage of any big crafts I was doing to deal with that. And that fight was really easy. Thank you, Noel, with your 50% strength down attack.
Oh gosh, yep, that would be a huge freaking help. I think I had similar. Like I think where our setup is the same there.
I'm rocking Lloyd, Tio, Ellie, Noel.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think by that point I am actually doing the same thing. I had Randy in for a little while, and then I was just like, okay, you know what? I need Noel's like just AoE everything, please.
Noel's just better than everyone else.
Yeah, she is.
Just simply like that AoE is just on her normal attack is just actually incredible, and it's super helpful in basically a ton of situations. But yeah, like the car fight I thought was going to be a bigger pain, but like all the fights down in the basement were super straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The conference ends. Crossbell declares its independence.
Oh.
It's like, we're gonna hold a referendum and we're gonna be independent. And it's interesting because like they cut to black before he says it, I think. Or maybe he says it and then cuts. Oh no, he says it. I think he says it, and then he says it, and then it immediately cuts to black before we see any reactions. And I'm like,
yes,
you know, I would like to see those reactions because I would just want to see Osborne surprised, literally once.
Yeah, honestly, and I'm wondering like what is their response to that going to be? We have yet to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was basically like derision.
Yeah.
Like, funny joke.
Yeah.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Oh, God.
And so they're like, yeah, nothing's going to happen there. And then we're straight into the intermission, and everyone goes to Mishelem.
Yeah, good old Mishelem Wonderland.
Yeah.
God,
I like how you call it Vine Boom Beach.
Yeah, listen. For those who watch my streams at all, you know that I very affectionately use the Vine Boom sound during many moments. I don't think in my several I don't want to say several years of having this, but in my couple of months actually of using this sound, I've had to press the button so much because it was almost back to back. They
just never stopped.
It starts off kind of nice, like everybody's like, hey, wow, time for a vacation. We're all stressed from, the declaration, the events of the conference. We saw people die. Everybody's out of it. Right. And, there's a little moment like Kia is concerned for the group. Lloyd goes around and he checks up on everybody, where we proceed to see him both pick up and then fumble the bag, and also we get to see a little bit more on Randy, right? And Lloyd is getting better and better at seeing right through him. And that was a really, really nice interaction to have experienced. But then they touch down at Mishelem Wonderland and are immediately surprised with every major female character that has shown up in Crossbell thus far, I guess barring Commander Bales. And it was just like, oh, Lloyd, my guy, you are doomed.
Yeah. Randy had the, in my opinion, appropriate response of being extremely excited.
Yes. Yeah, he most definitely did.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it was like the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate trailer. They just kept coming.
Yeah, everyone is here. We've got Cecil, Ilya, and Risha, and Sully, and just everybody.
It was actually wild. It was just it was nuts, man. Like, yeah, I remember I actually really liked that conversation with Ellie and Noel, because you just see Lloyd like just like accidentally harem protagonisting his way through a conversation, and they're both like, oh God, you're a problem. You're a menace.
Yep.
It was the best. It was amazing. God.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, so we get to go to Mishelem, and everyone's there, and we're gonna go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
We have a beach episode, and it's actually I like the fact that we basically had like a slice of life episode.
Yeah.
In the middle of Zero, because like Sky was very slice of lifey. And
that's true.
Cold Steel had a lot of slice of lifey, but we haven't really had a lot of that with the SSS.
Yes.
Like, they haven't had a lot of downtime.
Yeah. Constantly working.
And even when we did have downtime, the intermission, in the last game got rudely interrupted.
Also true.
By a lot of plot.
Yeah.
Like, which also happened here, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, like Lloyd is definitely showing his true colors.
Yeah.
Turns out he is in fact aware of the female form.
I couldn't believe it. I said, whoa, is this the same guy we've already followed around for a full game? Like that can't be real. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of being like, I guess challenged might be the word I'll use there too on that a little bit with Randy just constantly poking me like, hey, who are you thinking about? Hey, Lloyd,
oh my
God. You see the lady?
Changing room conversations, and then Wazzy's just like, all right, I'm changed, bye.
Yeah, Wazzy does not care to engage in any of that nonsense.
Yeah, Wazzy is like Wazzy was the MVP here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So like we go out on the beach, and Lloyd gets to participate in several fun activities like volleyball.
Yo, who did you team up with for that?
I teamed up with. That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I think Randy. And Noel.
Oh no way! You did that in that order?
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know if there are any significant differences, like if you like, obviously depending on the order, but I did the reversed order, so I did Noel first, then Randy. That's hilarious. I was kind of expecting you to be like, ooh, let's see what's up with Wazzy or Ilya, but at the same time,
I probably should have, to be 100% honest, because like I basically like got Noel maxed out on her bond. She went from like lagging behind to like full bond over the course of this intermission.
Yeah.
And so like she was doing, I thought that was actually really interesting. And it was actually super interesting because the choices in the volleyball game were like actually character dependent.
Yes.
And I didn't quite appreciate that because my brain was like in volleyball mode, not like thinking about characters. I'm like thinking about volleyball. And it's like when you were with Randy, it's like, oh, you do the strong setup for the strong spike. So because Randy's the big hitter. And with Noel, we were up against Wazzy. And it's like, oh, expect the feint. It's Wazzy.
Yeah. So did they manage to get you or?
No, I'm fortunate enough to have chat walking me through any decisions I don't understand.
Nice. I had to feel it out, and I was like, wait a second, like, and then I kind of teetered into the to that edge of like almost overthinking it. I was like, oh my god, but like, what if he thinks that I know he's going to feint, and then he does the other option, and but fortunately I was good.
There was definitely a conversation. There's definitely a side quest. Oh yeah, there's the chapter 3. There's a hidden side quest that I absolutely overthought.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My gosh. We'll get to that a little bit later.
For sure.
Because it's the hidden quest, and I did want to. I don't know if you've seen it, but I want to point you in that direction.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Funny enough, I ran into it by mistake, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Okay, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But yeah, so we do volleyball. We find the rocks for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did. That was the last one I did because I didn't like see Kia and Sully.
Oh shoot.
And I thought I was done. I'm like, why am I missing? Am I missing something? They're like, you keep walking past Kia and Sully. I'm like, where are they? They swam out to a rock or something. It's like, they're literally right there in the middle.
Nice.
That was fun. Apparently, if you go up and talk to Ellie, during that quest, you find a giant rock.
What?
Yeah.
So like one bigger than the. Oh my god.
So there's 2 quote unquote winning rocks.
Right.
So like you probably found 1 rock that won, correct?
Yes, I did.
All right. So if you find both of the winning rocks, you give a rock to each of them.
Dang it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you caught that stream, but like, I was like, yeah. Oh, wow. That's wild.
No, I missed that. I gave it to Kia. I was like, Sully, listen, you're being a brat. Get out of here.
No. So there's the one that you can find over by the shore, like cliff face.
Yes.
And then if you go up to talk to Ellie, there's one under her chair.
Unreal.
And so you get like a whole situation with that. It's just wild.
I gotta go back for that. I gotta save. I'll load it up.
Yep. And then there's the cat.
Yep. I did not have the cat food. So you gotta tell me about that.
I had chat yelling at me all the time.
Oh, I believe it.
Like for the entirety of chapter 2, it's like, have you made cat food? Have you made cat food? Have you made cat food? And
I did see that.
And I did not, or I did. And so if you give the cat food, she gives you a book.
Oh, no freaking way.
Yeah, it's one of the volumes of the novel.
I give up. There's no freaking way.
Yeah.
Oh,
because that cat is from the manor. That's from
yes.
That was the cat that hung out with Lecter, and I guess Lecter taught her how to read. And
oh my!
We need to adopt that cat. She can't just be a stray down there.
Yeah, for real. What's going on here?
I just want to pick her up and take her home. We do some sandcastle engineering with Tio and Fran, which is just the most adorable thing ever.
It is. What did you end up naming the sandcastle?
I went with Fran's option, Ban
or
really? Whatever.
Yeah.
And Lloyd actually had a very salient point.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot of Mishy content today.
Oh, see, yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, I don't know. We're going to do a lot of Mishy stuff today. So ban it is. And I'm like, Tio's already basically maxed out bond-wise, so it didn't matter.
That's fair. I forget what he says when you pick Tio. Shoot. But it was basically something like, well, she named it first, so I mean, I guess we're going to go with that.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the general vibe of his response, I believe.
Yeah, and speaking of the vibes, the sunscreen.
I could not believe, like, again, the vine booms were flaring. Dude, when I got to that point.
It's like a drum beat, I bet, at that point. You're able to set up a rhythm.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like rhythm and bass just from vine booms. That's got to be a music. That's got to be a genre of music.
100%. It's oh god,
dude. So who did you pick to go first?
I picked Risha.
Same. This is why we're best friends.
Yes,
right here. This is it. We have the same brain cell.
Yeah, any excuse I had to like Risha anything, you best believe I did it.
Absolutely. God, I freaking love her.
God, it was that's like arguably though the toughest debate. Cecil, Ellie, and Risha. What? I stuttered for a second. I can't lie. I almost went for Cecil.
I almost went for Ellie.
Oh.
Dude, like I will be 100%. Ellie has moved up the ranks for me.
Yes,
I did not like her a ton in Zero, but Azure, Azure, I'm picking up what she's putting down a lot more.
Welcome, brother, to the truth,
brother.
Amazing.
Do you have the Ellie content, brother? But no, like I was like, God, Lloyd, you are in so much trouble.
Yeah,
like the whole
my
time.
Gosh.
Dude. And then Randy afterwards is like, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh, poor Randy. He'll have his day. But
huh?
Did you go into the jewelry store?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Randy's found the one, I think.
Oh my god, right? Dude.
Yeah.
I've been referring to her for like 2 games as Randy's girlfriend, and
yep.
apparently Randy's the only one who hasn't caught the message, or he's trying to play it cool.
Yeah, that's gotta be
two. Fun fact, by the way, if you go after the beach scene and talk to Ellie in the clothing store,
yes,
she has a line. It's like, or no, never mind. Hold on. This is after the hidden quest. This is after the hidden quest. Never mind. We'll get to that in a few seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the hidden quest was with the penguins.
Those freaking penguins.
I actually caught your reaction to this.
So
because I'm like, because someone put a clip of it in your Discord.
Oh, and I'm see.
Oh my god, of course. But like, so there's a hidden quest, and it's like, oh, someone's slashing bathing suits, and it's like, oh, it's a penguin. Lloyd, I love how Lloyd, like, literally like a minute into the conversation, he's like, all right, yeah, it's some sort of monster, whatever. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
And so, you know, who did you bring for that?
I brought, I brought Noelle, actually, because I figured if it was going, I figured if it was going to be a monster, I was like, I need AoE.
That's super fair.
Yeah. And you brought Tio, right?
I brought Ellie.
Oh, you brought Ellie.
I did. I did bring Ellie.
Yo,
dude.
Okay.
And that was the 1000% correct response to bring her, because I'll get to it in a second. So yeah, so if you don't know, it's like, oh, we have to bring Ellie as bait, and Ellie. And so, like, you fight one of the penguins, and then the penguin Power Rangers show up. They show up doing a full Sentai introduction.
Unreal. Somebody labeled them in my chat as the Penguin Posse, the double P's.
Penguin Posse. Yeah, they're color coded and everything. They have 6 scans, and it's the first fight I've died in the entire game.
Whoa, really?
Dude, I died in the penguin fight because I scanned them, and then I'm like, there's no way I get punished for this.
Oh, you know what? I think they got me too.
Dude, I did. I got punished for my hubris.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? They did get me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
unreal.
Dude, the fight is like, it's like 7 versus 2.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's actually insane.
Yeah, and you have to like protect Kia for both, if not one of the fights, right?
You have yes, you have to protect her for both, but like, the penguins were pretty good about targeting like just Lloyd.
Oh, lucky you. They one of them was like pulled up on Lloyd, hit him once, and was like, little girl, and just
small child.
Started trying to go to town. I said, oh my god,
dude, that's nuts. But like, so after that, you could talk to Ellie in the clothing shop. And she's like, you didn't catch a peek, did you? And he's like, no, of course not. And she's like, well, I would show you if you wanted anyway. And he's like, and
what?
Right? And then she's like, oh, Wazzy was right. You are fun to tease.
That is so unreal.
Dude, it was insane.
Ellie just scored so many more points, as if she needed any more from me.
Right?
Wow.
My cat's climbing me.
Oh.
If you hear weird noises, it's because she's trying to eat the microphone.
Got it.
Yeah, just throwing that out there. But
that's beautiful.
So yeah, there's all that.
Funny enough, actually, to sort of revisit an earlier asterisk, there is CG for each of those characters that you can bring on that hidden quest. For like the moment, I guess they get their swimsuit slashed.
Oh,
there's like a reaction.
There is.
Yes, yeah. And so I was like, what? I can't believe like, and so I'll show you those later. But yeah. I was like, wow, that's CG in a game that we did not get in this one. I am sad.
I'm fine with that. Like, I don't know, man. The game doesn't. We don't need the fan service like that.
Fair.
I don't know, man. I'm noticing the games slowly add more and more of the fan service as we're going along, and like,
also true.
It's what I really liked about Sky is like there was basically none.
That is true, actually.
Yeah, there's like the hot spring scene in what is that? Yoda Village or whatever.
Yes.
And Yoba. And that's it. It's like some shoulder up, profile pictures.
That is true.
That's it. That's the whole thing. I guess Shara exists.
Oh yeah.
But like,
anytime, yeah.
Yeah, but like that's it. And I really appreciated that. And I'm like not a prude or anything. I'm like not saying like, oh, I didn't want to see the anime titty. Like I'm like fine with it. I'm just like it's a noticeable escalation.
Yes, 100%.
As the series is going on, and I'm wondering like if it's intentional or if it's just like the team is developing the games. I don't know. It's just how the devs are doing it. I don't know. There's nothing to it. Like I'm not. Yeah. Whatever. It's fine.
No, I get what you mean. I get exactly how you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's extremely fair. I'm curious if there are, I guess, other scenes where like there are like those missing, quote unquote, like, or optional CGs that could have been there for certain things. Like, I mean, shoot, I imagine there would be a pretty cool one for the confrontation with the Red Constellation during
that'd be so good.
Yeah, during the conference, like in that basement. That would be a good spot. Ooh.
Oh god, yeah. Well, chapter 2 has so many good spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get done with the beach episode though, and then we get to go to factual Mishelem Wonderland.
Yeah.
We got a Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World.
And you have tickets that you get to go on all the rides.
The rudest mechanic.
Oh god, yeah, because it's like, there's so much stuff I want to do.
There are like 11 characters you can do things with, and you get to experience like
5
things. 5, yeah, literally.
Oh yeah. So did you go to at least each one once?
Yes.
All right, so I guess we'll go in the order that we have.
Okay.
So the fortune teller, and I think me and you, I'm noticing your little extra note here. I think me and you have the same conspiracy theory.
Oh, it's not a conspiracy. That is fact.
That's
absolute fact.
That's Lucy.
Yeah. Luciola in the flesh. She is back.
I was like, there's no way.
I couldn't believe it. Now, did you at all like go back a save or anything and like do the experiences but with different characters? Because I did that once, and that was unfortunately also part of why I missed out on the hidden quest in the amusement park, because I went back after my first run through, I guess, and I was like, okay, time to just do some of these again faster so I keep some bond points and experience maybe 1 or 2 new ones. And I just didn't even think about it. I just kept moving. Fair. Yeah.
The hidden quest is Tio's spend the whole time like, if you find Michette, she's hiding, and there's this giant pink cat.
Yeah.
And you can just play hide and seek with her. And the thing that's really funny about it is that the first couple spots are clearly like her hiding from us.
Yeah.
And not her hiding from them.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Which I find really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because like the when she's in the main area, her hiding spot there is like only a hiding spot from our perspective. Like they'll see her literally as they walk out of the blast place she was hiding.
Right. Oh my gosh.
And it's like, and I think Lloyd even comments, he's like, are you sure you're good at this?
That's cool.
And that's another bond point. And so I took Tio for that side quest because she was so excited.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
She was just the happiest person. She was just the happiest person on the face of the planet.
I bet.
Yeah. Who did you take? So you took everyone to the fortune teller.
I did not get to everybody. Oh. I took Risha, I took Sully, and I did Wazi as well.
How did Risha interact with that? Because that's actually one I wanted to see.
So she made note that the way the magic or the art worked seemed to be something that she had seen from Calvard. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, there wasn't anything super crazy that came from the visit. I had her pick like, what do you want to ask her, I guess. And so she actually asks about Shirley. She's like, hey, will Shirley and I cross paths again? And she determined Lucy was like, yeah, it's going to happen. Can't tell you how. Don't know the circumstances at all, but it is going to happen. Which, rose up the, oh goodness. Like there's, yeah. It's good. It's going to be an interesting time. And so that made me kind of cook up the theory, of course, that, yeah, Shirley's going to be there whenever Risha does the big unveiling. Cause we'll kind of get into that a bit later, but I think that's coming maybe sooner than we anticipate.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably somewhere in the vaguely chapter 3. I took Tio and Noelle. I let them pick, and Tio asked about Mishi.
No, of course.
She's like, what is my compatibility with Mishi? It's like, you love him very much. She's like, yes, I love him the most.
Of course.
And Noelle asked about the GCF.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it's like, oh, there's going to be it's going to change, and you're going to have to make a decision. So that's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Wow. How did you do on the horror roller coaster?
Oh my God, that mini game is so mean. I took Ellie for that. I figured I had to, knowing that she was scared of ghosts and stuff. Her screams are cute, but also, that mini game is so mean. I think my highest score was around it was either 2.2 or 2.6K.
Dude, I barely scraped 300.
Oh my God, for real?
Oh, dude, my brain does not work that way.
Fair.
Like, because it's basically like, do the X, Y, A, B buttons.
Yes.
And the prompts aren't colored.
Yeah.
Because I'm using the Switch controller.
That's right. Right.
And so I'm like sitting there, like my brain has to like process where those buttons are on the controller. And it just doesn't. My brain does not do what that mini game desired of me.
That is so mean.
Honestly, if they were colored, then I could probably do it. Because like I know like the top button is green.
Yeah.
Like it's like top is green, left is yellow, right is red, down is blue. And like my brain could have done that.
Right. Yeah.
But like X, Y, A, B, I have no idea.
That is mean.
Like, it was the worst. I hated it.
That's extremely fair. Apparently there's an achievement for getting like a perfect score. And I'm just like, nah, no way. Because some of those prompts come up very fast and leave just as fast.
I'm just not going to get full achievements on this game then.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I was like, no way.
So yeah, the House of Mirrors. I think we already mostly talked about when we both took Kia.
Yes, scary.
And well, I think like my chat kind of guided me towards that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, all right. And once I walked in with her, I got it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
I was like, well, because I needed to take Kia to something anyway, because I'm trying to get her maxed out on her bond, and I missed an earlier bond point with her.
Okay, right.
And I noticed like there's that thing in the bottom, the star map or whatever, that looked like the thing that she was in. And then she noticed something at the top when we rung the bell and at the mirror.
Like almost like as if she was looking through the mirror.
Yeah. And I'm like, and it's driving me crazy that she's playing stuff close to the chest because I'm not used to her doing that.
Right. It's scary.
But it's something so many people are doing.
Mm-hmm. That is also true.
The Ferris wheel was fun.
The Ferris wheel was very nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think on if anybody like I did a few visits to the House of Mirrors as well. Like I brought Cecil up there. I also brought Wazzy and Randy up there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And nothing super wild from those interactions. Wazzy in both the fortune teller as well as the House of Mirrors is basically like, I wish Wald well, basically. I'm concerned about Wald. So I'm like, okay, so you're thinking about him quite a lot, which is, obvious. It's obvious, and it's also really nice to just sort of have that affirmation. Mm-hmm. Cecil just wishes everybody remains in good health. And I was like, all right, yeah, that's very nurse-like of you. And she has a nice little interaction with Lloyd saying, hey, like, you better actually take breaks and take care of yourself too. And she was like, yeah, no worries, I will. And Randy, oh my gosh, what was Randy's interaction in the House of Mirrors?
These are good questions.
I actually do not remember. It was, well, I mean, obviously if I don't remember, it probably wasn't anything that didn't like that stood out to me. It was likely like Red Constellation based, like, oh, I'm worried about my family.
That makes sense. Yeah. I took Tio to the Haunted Mansion and I took her on the Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Tio was like my max bond or my bond event from the first game, and I was like, all right, well, we'll have Lloyd bring her to more things, but I also thought she'd be interested in like the technology at the horror attraction.
I see,
because she mentions it and I'm like, oh, I love taking Tio to places with tech. And then the Ferris wheel, I did the Ferris wheel on the last ticket.
Same. Yes.
Because they told us it would be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And and so she just talks about how Mishy is optimally cute in the mathematics of how cute he is, and it's adorable.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
I took Risha, of course I did.
Of course.
And it was actually like a pretty nice interaction. One thing that she herself makes note of, and then I later thought about it, and I was like, that is actually pretty interesting, is that she actually falls asleep in the Ferris wheel for a bit. Which like she later, like she notes herself, she's like, wow, I must like be really comfortable with you because normally that sort of thing wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, that is mighty interesting there, Yin. But it was nice. Yeah. They otherwise just kind of, talk about just relaxation in general and how important that is. And, but that was the major bit. It was just like, wow, like, oh shoot, like she fell asleep. I hope she doesn't think anything weird of me. And she's like, yeah, no, I think I'm just very comfortable in your presence, which is interesting in and of itself. But
yeah. Well, actually, this is a good segue into at night.
Oh my God.
We find her in the lobby.
Yes. I was so happy it was her.
Yeah, and I'm skipping over a little bit, but we'll get back to it in a second. But this is a good segue. So, like, Rishia has a conversation about how she took over the family business.
Yeah.
Which we know is her taking on the mantle of Yin. But, like, how old is Rishia? Is she, like, Lloyd's age?
I do believe so. At worst, maybe, like, a year younger or something, I believe.
Well, I think she's like 18 or 9. I thought she might have been older even. But she's 18. How long has she been Yin?
Right. That is a good question.
Like, how long has she taken on that mantle?
Right. Yeah. That is a very, very good question. And it's hard to determine considering like the title has existed for so long, right? Generations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pinpoint at this current time, I think. When she took the mantle herself. God, I feel so bad,
dude.
I feel so bad for her.
I know. I'm like, I just want her to be happy for all time. It's all I care about is just her being happy. Freaking Rishia, like if Noelle wasn't on this like meteoric rise in my rankings, Rishia would probably be best girl in this game so far.
That's understandably so. Like, geez, I remember too, Lloyd was totally about to guess, wasn't he? Like, is that not the vibe you get?
I think he's starting to put two and two together.
Yeah.
But like he's probably like sitting in the back of his head is like, no, that's ridiculous. No, that wouldn't work.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
But like he's like, I feel like he's got the pieces in front of him. He just needs to put the puzzle together.
Yeah, he just literally has to just be turned in that direction and he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
God.
And then Kia, shows up and interrupts the conversation just so she could sleep with Lloyd because no one else is allowed to.
Yep, true.
Just Kia. Backtracking a few bits though, like they have dinner with the mayor.
Yeah.
And I find that interesting because he brings up something very specific.
Mm-hmm.
And that's he invited everyone for a specific reason.
That is true.
He says it. He's like, everyone's here because they're, because of a reason. And like even Cecile, he's like, you're the angel of Saint Ursula. The Saint Ursula come back to us. And I'm like, what is this dude planning?
Yeah,
I'm not suspicious of him.
Right.
Yet, but I feel like I should be.
I'm with you on that.
Like, his hand's not tipping. And I feel like maybe I should be more suspicious of him than I am. But like, I feel like if something nefarious is going to happen surrounding him, it's not going to be his fault. I feel like he's got his head in the right spot. I feel like he's going to be manipulated if anything evil actually happens, though.
Agreed. Yeah. I'm low-key kind of hoping it's going to be something somehow in like the veins of what we've seen with the creation of like Class 7, where it's like, it's an Oliver situation where it's like, like, like you happen to be in these occupations and we've created these opportunities for you, because I'm aware, of course, like he's the reason, right, he's the reason why Wazi gets into the SSS, for example, and stuff, right? So like obviously he has his own hand in like moving pieces around. So I'm wondering if this is like like an Oliver thing where he is trying to set everybody up.
Is he aware of Class 7?
I do not believe so.
Because like I wonder if he saw Olivier and what he's doing with Thor's and been like, that's a good idea.
Right.
Or if he just kind of parallel, like, all right, I'm going to be doing this independence from Crossbell. I need my ducks in a row.
Right. It's probably more so that, because I do believe that Oliver or somebody from Arabonia does make note, like, oh, hey, would love to come, like, would love to have you like come teach a class sometime. I believe that's said to him.
That feels accurate.
Yeah, so I don't think that he's aware of Class 7 just yet.
They do have a conversation. I know LaCroix and Olivier have a conversation, and they're like very much like having a good conversation about. Actually, no, they do. They talk about Thor's. Yeah, I remember this very specifically. Yeah, and so like he was literally talking to Olivier in his room about Thor's in Class 7. So yeah, he is aware. Right. And I think maybe that's when he starts getting the clicks in his head. It's like, okay, I gotta get I'm starting to get a team together, but I need to get like the wider team.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's definitely messing around with the SSS. But I think he's now like, all right, I need this.
Yeah, more hands on deck.
Yeah. But like, all right, so jumping back to what we were talking about, which was after the dinner, after talking to Rishia, Kia wanders off, and
oh my gosh,
and then I get stressed.
Yep,
because the thing that happens at the end of the intermission chapters apparently is just a thing that happens. is we look around for Kia, and we go to the Mishelem Wonderland,
and
all the banners are changed.
Yeah, it was what, Joker's Wonderland or
Fool's Wonderland. He was not even subtle. Not even subtle. Not even a little bit.
Not in the slightest. God.
I'd like to point out, though, he changed all the banners, all the signage, except for the information signs. He left Mishi on the information signs.
Oh, my God.
And with all the effort he put into that, you think he would pay more attention to those details, and he didn't. Campanella, who it's Campanella, you fool.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
And
God. And then, oh gosh, nothing scares me more in this game than when like a song from Sky starts playing, you know?
Oh my God, when the Enforcers theme kicked in,
yeah,
it was like dar, dar, dar. I'm like, I am in immediate danger.
Yeah. Never fails.
Well,
every time.
Say that I've been saying this a lot. And like, I'm like, Lloyd, do not mess with these Enforcers. They are way above your pay grade.
Yeah.
And someone in my chat was like, are they? At this point? And I'm like, and I'm like, okay, so like at this point, like the SSS isn't like, okay, I don't know that they could take Walter.
No, yeah, I don't think so either.
But like Camp? Like some of the Enforcers like aren't combat oriented.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
If they could catch him flat-footed, I think they could do it. But the problem is doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like getting a surprise round on Camp is probably impossible. You know?
Yeah, I couldn't see that happening. Not easily.
Yeah. But like I feel like they're starting to approach like they could probably deal with an Enforcer level threat.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Like, but like I remember like early to mid zero, you know, having Blue Blanc show up out of the middle of nowhere. Be like, do not interact with the Blue. You cannot arrest the Blue Blanc.
Right.
And
yeah, no.
But yeah, so Campanella's there, and he sicks some ghosts that Lucy had, which was how we confirmed it was like, because that was like what confirmed it for me that the fortune teller was Lucy.
Oh, really? Like his appearance there?
Yeah, well, like him using the ghosts, because those were her.
Oh, yes.
Those were the enemies she summoned for her boss battle.
Yes.
In second chapter. And so like, and again, my chat was like, hey, you remember these ghosts? I'm like,
yeah, that happened to me too.
Yet. And then I read the descriptions. I'm like, oh no. That fight sucked. And this fight sucked. This fight sucked actually double for me because which order did you tackle the ghosts in?
I believe I took the one that was vulnerable to melee down first.
Yeah. I did the same. And then Randy, in his infinite helpfulness, had a support turn come up, and he attacked the arts one and healed it to like 1800.
I see. Oh, that sucks. Did you have any like group attacks happen?
Like the thing that does like the wave that hits everyone. It spammed it the whole time.
Oh, no way. Oh my God.
Like,
I got it once.
Never stopped spamming it. It was like every single turn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had it once and immediately regretted it. I said, I take that
back. It summoned like 5 dudes and then it proceeded to do that.
Oh.
That fight sucked. Didn't cast a single art. It just did its big wave. Boom, boom, boom every time.
That is wild.
Get wrecked. It was the worst fight. It was awful.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so we do that, and then we catch up to Kia, and she's like walking towards the castle. She's got her blue Wi-Fi going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Wi-Fi turns off, or she gets out of range or whatever, and she has no idea why she's there.
Yeah, she's just there. Oh yeah. Man.
And then it's like, okay, all's well that ends well. And then they go back home, and Maribel has something to say to her on the boat.
That was probably the single most like scariest thing that happened the entire chapter for me.
I'm gonna have to agree, and like I'm like immediately like, all right, you're an issue, probably.
Yeah. We're about to have to fight her.
And I'm like, all right.
God.
Like,
so I guess with that being
like, the one thing that's brought up, and the one thing like about that is like, it does like, it didn't like, if it weren't for the way that Kia reacted, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Agreed. Yeah, Kia is definitely the one who sort of like places a flag there. For the like consumer, I guess. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It could get really stressful really fast.
Scary. Like, oh my gosh. Maria Bell? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm real concerned about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm real concerned.
It's funny. I forget when, but at some point I actually like cracked a joke about her. And I was just like, man, I can't wait for Maria Bell to come up and say something crazy. Like, because somebody I think came in a chat and they were like, oh, she's the lady with like, you know, the giant like drill pigtails or whatever. Like she's obviously a villain or something along those lines. And I was like, haha, yeah, that'd be funny. And then that happened. And I went, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that's real.
Oh, dude, if that's real, I'm straight up like, because I think someone joked about it in my stream, and I'm gonna have to remember who it was, because if that's real, I'm banning them.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Yep, it's over for them. It's all over.
Yeah. Shortly after them, it's over for everybody.
Yep, and then I'll ban everyone else.
Yep.
It's like, I'm just gonna play video games in my cave from now on.
Yeah, it's time.
This will be the last episode. So yeah, this was certainly a intermission.
I just wanted to go on vacation.
Well, yeah. Did you want to talk about anything from chapter 3, or I think we'll leave that for when we finish the full review?
Yeah, we can most definitely leave that. Can't wait to talk about that hidden quest.
Be honest, the hidden quest,
first day.
We'll make sure we have it in the notes. Oh,
yes.
My conspiracy theory.
Yes, hit us with it.
All right. So, have you been collecting all of the information fragments?
So far, I think I've been pretty good about that. I don't have a way to track, all
right, so you should have all of the first one done.
Oh crap, I might be missing something.
The first, yeah, okay. So the first one should be done, and then you should have a couple pages in the second one.
I do have one or two in the second, yes. So so I missed some in the first
everything. For sure. The first one might be missing a page.
Okay. Oh, thank God. If you're saying that, like, thank God, because I'm pretty sure I'm missing like one or two.
The last page for the first section. Should be done.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a note in there about how the Gnosis shares the knowledge or whatever,
right?
Between the people who consume it.
Yeah.
What if her doing the blue glowy thing is her doing that process? She's like I've been joking that's the Wi-Fi, but in Zero we know she does some glowing blue stuff, and then suddenly she's a master chef.
Yes.
What if someone, like, every time she glows blue or whatever, she's like accessing that pool?
Oh, that makes sense.
Or she somehow connects to that thing. And that's making me really concerned, because it happening in this game is making me think the cult's not done.
Right. I mean, yeah. Oh, that's where that would lead to then.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm correct on this, but that's my conspiracy theory.
Oh, that is such a good theory, though.
I'm putting that in. That's my stone cold lock of the century of the week.
Wow.
In the comments below, don't tell us.
Please.
I will fight you. And that's it. But yeah, man, that's my conspiracy theory. I literally just put that together as we were talking about Kia.
That is wow. At
the top of this, an hour and a half ago or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That
is so crazy.
It is. You got anything else before we wrap up?
No, that's actually it for me.
That's a hell of a drop. That's a hell of a spot. All right.
Yeah, leaving it there is perfect.
Dude, thank you so much for recording this for me. Recording this with me. I can't even talk, man. It's
happy to do both midnight. Anytime. Yeah.
It's almost midnight, and I have to still edit this. So everyone, this has been one more for the road. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later, everyone.
Yeah.